Well, hello everybody, Bug Eater 64 here, and yes, we're gonna get into it, X-Plane 12. Now, what I'm gonna do here, this is gonna be two flights, one with the Cirrus 22, which is a default aircraft. Just quick short flight. We're gonna be flying from Catalina Island over to Fullerton, California. So it's a short flight. Fullerton is a nice little airport. It's my old stomping grounds when I was growing up out in California, and so we're going to fly in there just to see what the default sceneries look like. Then after that, I'm going to do a backward compatibility test using the AeroWorx DC3/C47, and we're going to fly from Fullerton back over to Catalina just to make a little round trip. So with that, let's get inside. Let's see how things look and how things go. Now for the settings, what I'm going to be using is just when I loaded up the software into my SSD, it gave me a set of settings, and pretty much we're going to use default settings. The only thing I changed was the POV, which I changed from 80 to 100 because I like the way it sits me in the cockpit, and so we'll be going from there. And I did set up some views to make it a little easier for me because this old man is stubborn and I like doing things my own way. So with that, let's get inside the aircraft and let's get started. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, so here we are at Catalina Island, and these are default sceneries, and all things considered, not bad at all. Everything's looking pretty nice actually. The buildings aren't completely up to par, but they're in the right places, and looking pretty nice. Okay, so here we are inside the cockpit. Let's see if we can get okay, fuel is on. And I'm using my Warthog HOTAS, so right now I'm getting over 100 frames per second, and you can watch the frames in the upper left hand corner, and you see turn on power and our avionics, and so right now I'm getting about between 75 and 80 plus frames, so not bad at all. Okay, so it's going to be a very simple flight plan. We're going to go from Catalina to Fullerton Municipal. So KAVX to KFUL. So this is going to be a simple test flight, and we'll see how this goes. Ringing. Okay, well, let's get back to it here. Busy morning. So let's get this set up. It would be so much easier if I could use my keyboard instead of just, you know, using the roll wheel. Come on. There we go. Fullerton Municipal. Okay. So 35 nautical miles. Everything looking good. Okay, I'm happy with that. First time even sitting in this aircraft, so bear with me a little bit while I try to figure these things out. Okay. Alright. Okay. Fly the purple. So I think we're about ready there. Okay, well, now this aircraft has nose wheel steering, but sometimes it seems to fight me a little bit. So I'll use a little bit of differential braking, and that'll help. How that thing is turned. Okay. Let's see if we can get it straightened out some. So this is X-Plane 12 early access, and so far I'm impressed. I like it. A lot of people may complain about which simulation is the best and all that good stuff. I just like simulations that work. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, very nice simulation, like it a lot. X-Plane 11, have always liked it a lot. Now I'm going to like this X-Plane 12 because it's a huge improvement over the original X-Plane system. So, and this is early access. So yeah, there's going to be glitches, there's going to be problems, but you know what? For me, that's part of the fun of watching it grow. And DCS World, that's my go-to military aircraft flying simulation. I don't think, and this is my opinion, I don't think you can do better than that DCS for military type aircraft. So, this one, I like them all. And I say that, to me, there's not one better than the other. It's for the aircraft. There are certain aircraft that are available for me to fly that have the best versions in X-Plane. There are other aircraft that aren't available in X-Plane that are available in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. So I fly them in Microsoft 2020. You know, it's all in the little things. Which simulation has the best rendered aircraft of a type that I like to fly? So that's why I do it. I think they're both going to be outstanding simulations in time. They all have their own problems. But you know what? It's a simulation, and they're going to grow. So that is my humble old fart opinion. But anyway, let's get this girl ready and get ready to take off here. Flaps are in takeoff position. And as I said, this is the first time I've flown this airplane in any simulator. First time sitting in the Cirrus 22. We got a beautiful day to fly. Okay. And we are off. Let's get going. Alright, we are flying. Okay, so we are up in the air. I should have set the altitude. I didn't want it to fly up before we took off, but hey, it's all good, and we're going to get there in a hurry. Okay, coming in for final to runway 24 at Fullerton Municipal Airport. We'll just have to see if we can get the aircraft on the ground in one piece. Presently at full flaps. Boom, hard landing, and we are down, and the windsock lied to me. Alright, let's get off the runway, clean the aircraft up, and get ready for our next flight. Aircraft flew very nice. The simulation looks good. I'm averaging later in the flight and with the landing of high 40s, low 50s as far as frame rates. I'm happy. I hope you're happy. I hope you enjoyed that first part. Let's go ahead and get going here. So here we are at Fullerton Municipal. This is a backwards compatibility test of the AeroWorx DC-3 C47, and we are going to fly back to Catalina. So we'll check, make sure everything is still working with the HOTAS, which it looks like it is. I'm impressed right now. I found that switches and buttons that weren't visually working with this airplane in X-Plane 11 are now working. This plane is working much better than it did in X-Plane 11, now in X-Plane 12, at least this first version of X-Plane 12. We'll see if it maintains its viability with updates. But let's go ahead and get things up and running here. This is one of my favorite aircraft to fly. Let's see how I handle it in the new sim. Okay, we got a good engine start. Okay. Primer for a few seconds. Okay, 2 good engine starts. And with that, get our pitot heat on, and all our lights, anti-collision and so on. So we're looking pretty good there. Okay, let's pull up our Garmin 530. Switch that to GPS. Set up our flight plan. And we'll be going back to Catalina, KAVX. Go, accept that. And let's go ahead and activate that. Alright. So we are looking good. Everything's set to go there. Head down here to the end of the runway and get out of Dodge. Now back in the day they actually flew, there was a local airline that actually flew C47 DC-3s out to Catalina, and that hangar is still there. It is rendered in the default scenery, but there are other versions for the version I have in X-Plane 11 is a third-party version of Catalina Island Airport, and as I expected, it's better done than the default one. But the default one is not bad. The hangar is there; it's just not marked anywhere near to what it actually looks like. But this old girl, she flies really good. Even when she's in the hands of this old guy. Alrighty, so flaps to takeoff position. Landing lights on, taxi lights off. So let's ease our way out onto the runway. Let's get going here. Okay. Tail wheel locked. And let's get moving. Side slip there. Okay. And landing gear coming up. Flaps up. And we'll get headed over towards our heading, and then once again we'll head for Catalina in pretty much of a hurry. And there we are. We're going to be about 3,000 feet. Thereabouts. Because Catalina Airport is sitting just over 2,000 feet. It's on the top of a mountain out there on the island. Alright, on final coming in. Okay, first flight in the new sim with me and a tail dragger. This could be interesting. And we're down. Not the softest landing I've ever made. Okay, and we're gonna, whoops, okay. Let's pull off here in the dirt. They use this area for actual parking aircraft, so. But we're gonna come up here, get control of things. Got the tail wheel unlocked now. And we're going to edge over to the parking area. We're going to be pulling off to the right here off the tarmac and swing the aircraft around to park it. So it's going to get pretty dusty. And all the dust coming in the cockpit, that shouldn't be happening. But, hey, all in all, alrighty, well, everything complete. I think it's looking beautiful. Basic settings worked, you know, the default settings that were set up for my computer by the software, X-Plane 12, worked quite well. And I have no complaints. I really enjoyed it. It's a beautiful sim. So I'm looking forward to it as things get better. And this is just the early access version. So let's see how the updates go. And I sure hope everybody had as much fun as I did looking at things, seeing how they work. And until next time, this is BugEater64, and we'll see you in the air in X-Plane 12. As well as MSFS 2020. I like all the sims, so we'll still be flying around. I like the backward compatibility of and the way the aircraft worked. To be honest, the C47 by AeroWorx has never looked prettier or worked better for me. Switches were working that weren't working in X-Plane 11, so that's a real plus. And I'm happy, and it's always nice to have an old guy happy. So, and like I said, until next time, this is BugEater64, and as always, remember, safe flying.